Michael Myers, also known as The Shape, the first licensed character added to Dead by Daylight. As a young boy, Michael grew up with a fascination of inflicting pain onto others, first starting with small animals, then growing to bigger animals, including bullies that would torment him at school. One night, on Halloween, Michael puts on a clown costume and murders his sister in her room. This was when he was a kid. When the police arrived, all they saw was a silent boy in a clown costume covered in blood. This caused him to be sent to the mental institution, where he was with a therapist, Dr. Sam Loomis. For 15 years, the institution caused Michael to be more introverted and deranged, oftentimes creating different masks that covered his walls, and he hasn't spoken once. The therapy was considered a failure, with Dr. Loomis stating that there was nothing left in that boy, nothing but pure evil in his eyes, the devil's eyes. Something like this would have definitely made for a good book to publish. One day, however, Michael has escaped the institution, with some staff members killed during the escape, and ever since then, the town of Haddonfield had fallen victim to the wrath of Michael Myers, something that the entity seemed to be very interested in. Michael has an ability called Evil Within. This activates when you stalk a survivor long enough to upgrade Evil Within. Evil Within has 3 different tiers, each tier making Michael more dangerous. Tier 1 grants Michael the undetectable status effect, reduces his movement speed to 4.2 meters per second, and the reach of his lunge attack by shortening the duration of its open time to 0.2 seconds. Tier 2 reduces his terror radius to 16 meters, increases his movement speed back to his default 4.6 meters per second, increases the reach of his lunge attack to the default open time of 0.5 seconds, and allows him to vault windows faster. Tier 3 is when he's at his most powerful, which causes all survivors to suffer from the exposed status effect, increases terror radius back to his default back to 32 meters, increases his reach of his lunge attack by extending the duration of its open time to 0.6 seconds, and allows him to vault windows faster. Now, how he stalks survivors works like this. When he stalks a survivor, their bodies will be shown white. Over time, as he stalks that survivor, their color will change to red. Once it's red, the evil meter will be drained and you can't stalk that survivor anymore. Stalking survivors fill up your Evil Within meter. Once it is full, Evil Within gets upgraded to a higher tier. Michael's perk allows him to make all survivors suffer from a stackable 2 to 3% speed penalty to repair generators, sabotaging hooks, and healing others per token each time a survivor who isn't affected by it is the obsession and is alive. The obsessed survivor is instead given a permanent 33% action speed bonus to unhooking and healing others. Given a stackable haste status effect token each time an obsessed survivor that's being chased escapes, performing the attack uses a token, and grants a stackable reduction cooldown on successful basic attacks per token on survivors that are not the obsessed ones. Overall, I give this killer an S tier, not only because I fell in love with the music that comes out when chasing someone, dun, 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 dun. But because there are 2 add-ons that make him pretty overpowered. Fragrant Tuft of Hair, which allows Evil Within 3 to have unlimited duration, and Judith's Tombstone, which allows him to immediately kill a healthy or injured survivor once you reach Evil Within 3, even at the cost of reducing his movement speed. This makes Michael the most dangerous and quite challenging to survive from, not to mention very easy to use, possibly even more easy than Trapper. Don't let the boogeyman find you. Once he catches up to you, you'll meet a pretty quick end to your life.